It is 7 o'clock, so let us begin our council meeting. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we have a roll call, please?
Ethan Maple,
Here.
Brian Hartley,
Here.
Bill Niemeyer,
Here.
Chad Melander,
Here.
Terry Reed. Here.
We'll move on to our claims, looking for approval of APVs 28499 through 28536.
I make a motion to approve APVs 28499 through 28536 as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Chad and seconded by Bill. Any conversation related to that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Those are approved. Thank you. We have a series of minutes to approve. The first is from our town council meeting on November 19th.
I'll make a motion to adopt the town council minutes from November 19th, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Ryan made the motion. Chad seconded. Any other adjustments need to be made or conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That is approved or adopted. From our executive meeting on the 19th,
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from our executive meeting on November 19th as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second that.
thank you, Bill and Terry. Any conversations? All those in favor say aye. Aye. That is approved as well. How about the administrative meeting? Let's go with that one.
I'll make a motion to adopt the administrative meeting minutes from November 19th, 2025.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ryan and Terry. Any conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Well, good job. 3 for 3. We do create a little bit of space before we jump in any of the business for any public comments, limited to 3 minutes on agenda items only. So if there are any public that would like to comment, this would be your time. None. I'm going to adjust things slightly and move our new business 6.4 up ahead of our old business. We're just we'll let our visitors and guests who've been here for a few other meetings get out of here quicker than otherwise. So, sir?
Good evening, Mr. President, members of council, Brian Bosman with Corporate Artist Rodriguez. Nice to be with you this evening. You have before you ordinance number 120325C. For those of you well acquainted with Yvonne's extremely efficient system, that means that's the fourth resolution considered this evening. 1203, I've learned the system finally.
Yep. Yep.
120325 was the approval of the documents that are before you by the Economic Development Commission for an economic development loan to Hancock County Hospital in the amount of $1.5 million, and the issuance of taxable economic development bonds is for the same. 325A was the confirmatory resolution by the Redevelopment Commission of the creation of a new allocation area and revision of a couple of allocation areas that we'll go over here briefly, and also approving an economic development plan for the Kroger allocation area. 325B was a pledge resolution pledging the tax increment from the Kroger allocation area first to the Hancock Regional Hospital Series 2020 bonds, and thereafter to the Hamilton Regional Hospital. I think I said Hamilton, that's why. Hancock actually 3 times. So earlier to Hancock Regional Hospital 2026 bonds. So first to the 2020 bonds, second to the 2026 bonds. Your resolution 325C tonight confirms and finally approves the pledge agreement by to the town from the redevelopment commission. It also approves all of the draft bond documents that have been submitted and the financing documents that have been submitted to the meeting for your records, and takes final action on approving the issuance of the bonds. Most of you know the story, but I'll walk you real quickly through the attachment that you have, the 4 attachments. Item A shows the addition to the Hancock Regional Hospital Economic Development Area of 2 parcels of property. A 6.519 acre parcel that is currently in the Wachovia Economic Development Area and Allocation Area is being moved into the Hancock Regional Hospital Economic Development Area, and then the 1.030 acre right-of-way where Leon Lane currently exists is being added to the HRH EDA as well. 3 parcels, if you look at the next attachment, current 7.720 acres that is in the existing HRH allocation area pledged to the 2020 bonds. The 1 acre right-of-way and the Wachovia parcel all create the new Kroger allocation area. And again, the tax increment in that area will go first to the payment of the Series 2020 bonds, second to the Series 2026 bonds. The Series 2026 bonds will fund the next attachment. The illustrates the removal of Leon Lane, demolition and vacation of that area, the construction of a new roadway to the north, and extension of utilities, also lighting, signage, traffic signage as well, and a variety of infrastructure are anticipated. Those are in attachment to be paid for from the loan to the hospital. Those are in attachment D with a total cost estimated currently of $1.279495 million. So there were 2 public hearings tonight, one by the Economic Development Commission on bonds, no public testimony. One by the Redevelopment Commission on the confirmatory resolution, no public testimony at that one item. So apparently the public's okay with it, or at least silent on the issue. We appreciate your approval of 120325C. Happy to answer any questions. I should add, it's not going to close this year. The hospital's indicated they plan to close it next year. So likely first quarter-ish after the person to go. Everything's working. Mr. Harold Gibson's here. If you'd like to comment or have any questions for the hospital, it's available for that.
I'd like one, Harold, that, a little addition to the road there, you've got that figured in as well, that, you're good, thank you.
Council, any questions or conversations related to this?
The only question I have is, does this change in buying the Wachovia area change their timeline at all? And I don't know that you would know that, but it shouldn't have an impact, but
Just from the tangential conversations that I've heard, I don't think it changes their timeline. Their project has changed. And I believe Mr. Gibson perhaps shared a schematic of that at the very first meeting we had on this issue. So each of the resolutions, with the exception of the pledge resolution, authorize the officers of the council, the commission, and the Economic Development Commission to renegotiate signed documents to amend the Wachovia financing documents. And created those yet. Should also mention that, and a couple of you have heard it already, that these bonds are actually being issued as a supplement to the 2020 bonds. So 2020 indenture with a supplement, 2020 financing agreement with a supplement, 2020 economic development agreement with a supplement. So they're kind of packed together.
With our action tonight, if this were to be approved, would the hospital, how quickly will the hospital move on these improvements? Is that in conjunction with the Kroger deal, or is it gonna be done before all the Ts are crossed and Is are dotted with Kroger?
It would be done in conjunction with the Kroger closing on the property. So
Okay.
We will not initiate those improvements until after the project is closed.
Okay. Council, would anybody like to make a motion related to resolution 120325C?
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 120325C as presented in our back materials.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Chad and Bill. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That is approved. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Coming up us on the agenda. Really appreciate it.
We're gonna jump back now to our old business, and Jim has provided, at our last meeting, we had some conversation about a kind of a electronic speed sign to use throughout town in a variety of locations. You all said, wait, I've gotta wait. But you sent us a quote, and Ryan has provided some more information. So I don't have to wait anymore, but let's have a conversation. What do you got for us?
Yeah, well, first of all, yeah, thank you for the county because they helped us get a better price on this.
Go
And
county.
they Use this company. And then thanks for Ryan, because the next day I had an email telling me who to get a hold of, what his name was, this, that, and the other. So very much appreciated. Made my job easy there, Ryan. But the cost that we have there, it was $31.89. This allows us one sign. It's remote. We can use our phones to change the language on the.
Can I use my phone?
I'm not sure
No.
you can, because there's an app that we will download and we can change that. So
You're still using we language. So
That would
I'm gonna,
prob- that
we're
would
not gonna
probably be-
dive into the we
It's a
language.
royal we. I'm included in this
Okay.
too. Yep.
Deal. Okay, go ahead.
well, if we share the apps, we'll let you know. So, but
I'm gonna say for the record, I need to be excluded.
But this would be very portable. It's solar powered. There's Brian, is there anything that you want to add to this? Do you guys actually have this sign as well?
We don't have this sign. The reason that after I talked with Jim
Yep.
about it a little bit, the reason I like this sign is because it gives the language. They do offer a cheaper sign
Yep.
that just has a flashing light on it if you're going too fast, in my opinion. You can set the parameters on this sign, so if the speed limit's 30 and you at up to 35 miles an hour, if you want to say, thank you, it will flash thank you. If once they hit 35 to 40, if you want to say too fast, you can have it say too fast. But the fact that it gives you the verbiage that you can program that in, it's to me it's more interactive with the driver. And these are fact-based. These are proven to slow traffic down for a certain amount of time. They are portable. It comes with a mount, so we can put this up and move them around town. They also do other things. They also track traffic, track speed, so you can use them as speed trackers or ADT, average daily traffic. So you can get data with these. Now they do have a subscription plan. After 12 months, the speed trackers, the Magnetos that the county bought, we didn't go with the whole cloud data package. After the first year, we still get the data, but it doesn't put it in a nice, pretty report. But we still get the data. But you can do that. You can do all kinds of things with these signs. Something that Jim and I talked about a little bit was if we are happy with this, and we can move these around in town, but if we are happy with this sign, this is something we can communicate with NDOT in the future and maybe add these. If NDOT gives us the blessing, we can add these to US 52 in the school zone So these are something that can be added there as well. The longevity of them with the solar panels, I thought was a better way to go over the other battery that came with it. I think it's a good investment. $3,100 for a sign seems like a lot of money. But the flashing stop signs, you know, with the LED
Not if it
lights around
saves a
them,
life.
those are like $2,000. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good investment. You know, buy one, see how it works, and
Yvonne, I just want to say that we brought this up last time. You weren't here. Jim was protecting the funds.
Your purse. So-
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. So, just want to get that out.
Jim was
Is
just trigger
this
shy.
something that can be funded through the street department? How
Yeah,
does this?
it'll probably go through the MVH fund. Steve has money in there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's money in there. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure that that is okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
So we cannot put this on US 40 or 52 right now?
it's US 52 is state. It's
So we
state maintained.
cannot.
We
but
cannot.
We
But-
cannot.
No, we can approach you at NDOT, and NDOT's position in the past has been, hey, if you guys want to do it, knock yourself out, you just got to pay for it, right? So we can approach NDOT and ask them if we can mount these at each end of the school zone where we already have the flashers that we have trouble with.
Well, but I think we'd want to ask him if we can use the portable, because this sign, we can move all around.
Yeah.
And the biggest target would be US 52.
Yeah, and if I guess that's what I'm saying is if we purchase this and we move it around and we're happy with the results, then approaching and asking them if we buy 2 more of these, would they let us put them in the right of way?
More
and
permanent.
More, well, yeah, and you can mount them there for a while and see if they're effective, and yeah, but you can leave them there. You don't have to move them around. We can purchase them and leave them there if NDOT gives us their blessing. But this would be, buying one sign would be a good test to see how effective they are in town.
But I would definitely want to make sure if we approve this, that we are reaching out to NDOT sooner than later to see if we can use it on 52.
Oh, 100%. And like I said, last meeting, we're having these open discussions. Matter of fact, I was in discussion in front of the Needlers again this week with NDOT. So they're reaching out. So we're having those.
That's
We're going to
another
have
good
our
place
next meeting in January. So,
Okay.
but I like this one because it does keep some statistics. When we open the app up, it will tell us how many speeders went. Like if it's in a neighborhood and somebody's complaining, it said, hey, the cars are flying every day. If they're going through their speed limit, we can get back to that person and said, hey, we had one car, you know, in a matter of 8 hours, and they went, you know.
Does it tell you if it's a Hummer or not?
No,
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm against it if it tells you.
so the way
Whoever that guy is.
No.
the
Vote
way
no.
we use these in the county, if we have speed complaints, I'll put a magneto out, and basically a magneto replaced the old tube counters we had. So when you would drive around on county roads and see the tubes going across the roads, those were the counters we used to use. The magnetos basically just mount up on a stop sign, or not a stop sign, but a speed limit sign or a signpost at a certain angle and all that stuff. And they can stay out there for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and collect data. I bring that magneto back and download all that data, or run a report right from my computer while the sign's out there. And if we have a speeding problem, I can contact the sheriff's department and say, okay, we have a speeding problem, you know, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock in the morning. We have, we have 4 vehicles going in excess of 70 miles an hour. Well, I can relay that information to the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department can then stage up that out there between that half an hour time period, and it helps them narrow down that band when the problem is. That being said, sometimes I say, well, we have a speeding problem on this road. Sometimes it's police officers responding to runs. Some people take this as a challenge, and we can set a limit on this too, because what you'll want to do, if the speed limit's 30, you'll put a limit of 40 on it, right? You don't want to put like a limit of 70 on it, because then people try to, let me see if I can break my record, see how high the number goes. But you can set all the parameters on this sign. It's completely programmable, and you can do it from your phone, a laptop, a tablet. So it's really nice to be able to do that. Technology is great with these things.
I like it. I like it. Thank you for the research and the work.
I'll make a motion to approve Jim to purchase this sign per the quote presented.
I second.
Thank you, Chad and Terry. I want to amend your thing to add that I get the app, but I'll refrain at this point.
We'll get that in later
Okay,
because I'm interested as well.
good news. All right. Any other conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, guys. I like it. Jumping back to new business, schedule of council and commission meetings requested by the Greenfield Daily Reporter. They want to know when we're meeting.
And I had a little discussion. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I met with Tim Grope. He's town manager, town of McCordsville. And town of McCordsville, they just built the town center. They built a $12 million police station as well. Is that correct? And they're doing about 600 homes a year. So they've got a lot going, but they're meeting once a month. And I was asking Tim how that went. So, what I'd like to ask, if we could do our meetings more once a month, because there's a lot of activity that goes into preparing for the meetings that we have every 2 weeks. By the time this meeting's over, they'll have about a day and a half, 2 days tops to rest, and right back into preparing for the following meeting. So one thing, we can, maybe in January, we can renegotiate maybe some of our legal fees throughout the year, or we could take some of that monies that we might save for the meetings and use that for our RDC and our EDC, all those meetings. So, because we're spending some monies with the attorneys as well. And then the overtime that we have, for the meetings that, when we come here through the evening. So I'm suggesting that we possibly go to one meeting a month.
I like this idea. I think it probably would save not only in all our fees, right? The question would be what changes or additional support would all of you need to make that happen?
A lot. Because a lot of decisions are made by you that would stop me from paying bills or doing whatever. You'd have to give me a lot more leeway to get things paid on time if we're gonna go to one meeting a month. I'm concerned.
I think with, I have a limit of, I think, 5,000. So most of it, unless a pump goes out and it's a $9,000 pump and you guys have seen the bills, those are things that really we don't have that time to ask. We just have to replace the pump. So those kind of things, we make that decision, knowingly, that we'll have to answer to you the following week what went wrong. But I think Bob has 5,000 as well. And then we've always stipulated that any bills that we have that would be late, those have to, that might have a late fee, those get paid. All our utilities, they have to get paid. So a lot of stuff is actually paid before we come to the appropriations. They're wrote out tomorrow morning. They'll be signed and out the door. So
what happens if, say we just had a meeting and the following week something major happened?
Yep.
And we don't have a meeting for 3 more weeks?
Yep. You can always add a meeting.
Yep.
But once we stipulate that we're having 2 meetings a month, that's what we have to go by. But like if we have an RDC meeting or even a planning meeting that might come in, because that's how the other towns operate, I think it's even the county that they meet once a month on their, yeah. But, there's a lot of other meetings that might happen, but to have these meetings every other Wednesday seems pretty redundant through the year, so.
Zach, what's the time required for putting notice of an emergency here?
48 hours.
Okay, so if something came up and it really, truly was an emergency, in 3 days, we could have our meetings.
We could create stipulations, though, to Yvonne's point, around the payment of regular bills. Like,
Regular, reoccurring,
yeah,
routine.
we could also create a different avenue at which, if it's something that she wants approval on, okay, email suffices for this. Like, I think we could get creative there.
Well, and I don't know about anybody else's world, but my job, we don't pay anybody faster than 30 days for anything.
What concerns do you have, like, what do you see thinking about this, Yvonne? What hiccups do you see in this?
The number of decisions that are made. Paying bills is one thing, but also, and, you know I'm probably the only one who is not happy with this idea, but I just see the amount of things, like, I was just asked by Brian Bosma, hey, or by, Harold Gibson, hey, when is the next meeting? I need to plan so many days before that to do an advertising. When can we do this? These having 2 meetings a month gives you the flexibility for people to come and ask for things. Doing it once a month, I think you're gonna just keep adding emergency meetings because stuff needs to get done that you can't do in once a month because of the timing required in advertising, or sometimes things coming up last minute. I just,
My hesitancy centers around our accessibility to community members. And I know we don't, I appreciate you all. I know we don't fill the seats every meeting, but there's the option to fill the seats twice a month to have conversation, comment, and access. That's my hesitancy. I do think that the efficiency for me, I don't know what outweighs the other at this point, because there is an efficiency question and an opportunity to be more efficient for our staff and for our team. But my hesitancy centers around the accessibility to our community and our constituents and making sure that we're available. I mean, once a month, cutting that availability in half is where my hesitancy is, but that's.
Well, and you've even offered up the Fridays, your Speak for Fridays. So, if you did chat for Fridays, I'm sorry.
Council chat.
That's another opportunity for the public, as well as, I think the two meetings started years ago with, we added a Saturday morning meeting.
It was Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. And like I said, we had half the crowd that we had here on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock. So we decided to move them to the Wednesdays. And for whatever reason, why there was 2, I don't think anybody really knew, other than I think they wanted one through the week. And if somebody couldn't make it through the week, they offered it for the weekend. But then they dropped that because, like I said, there was just nobody showed up on Saturday, so they started having it every other Wednesday. So, my take is, like I said, you want people from the public. Well, we're open 40 hours a week, every week. There's an opportunity for anybody to email us, to come through town hall. And I know that, anything that Pacific has to go for you. Yeah. A good example, my parents, they're selling a piece of property in Cumberland, and there's a timeline they have to meet. That meeting's not until next month. That's just the way they work. They drop that date, just like Harold Gibson. He has a date to work with, and a lot of times the 2 weeks, tonight's a good example. How long did it take him to get Bosman, get all this stuff together in the 2 weeks to have this meeting? Maybe we can give him that opportunity. It's one thing that Jenny has the opportunity to call him, or Yvonne call him more. But to get it here, to get the stuff to you guys in time, might be a little more efficient for them.
Well, these meetings have been on our calendar for a long time.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like it was scheduled 10 days ago and they had to rush to get it done. That's not on our end, that's on theirs.
Exactly. But still, their turnaround with all of their workload, would it make it easier for them so we did have it in time?
So if we did go to,
easier? I don't
if we did commit to 1 meeting a month, and we kept it on the first or third Wednesday of the month, and we did it for the first couple months and then realized that, hey, we're not really liking that,
Always at it.
then we just add back in the second meeting.
If I
And we
could
ju-
make a suggestion,
Yeah,
the first 2 months of the year are pretty busy. We do know,
oh.
January and February, because we're doing all these meetings and reorganizing, getting everybody going. Maybe schedule the first 2 months of 2 meetings and then only schedule 1 meeting for the rest of the year. And then if you figure out it doesn't work, like you said, add. And it really all came up because the newspaper wants a schedule. So,
But they've gotten a schedule every year for the
Yeah,
past
well-
5 years
well-
that I've been here.
no, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
well,
I
I
like it
I just-
because the times where we have to have budget meetings or finance meetings or anything like that, it's always like, okay, during that month, now you're talking 2 Wednesdays, and then you could use that for additional meetings if you need it, right? And it could turn into something that,
And
if
you
we
wouldn't have
wanted
to have
we could
meetings
have
at
an
5
opening for
p.m.
people to talk to. We could rotate through who's sitting here talking to anybody if they wanted that opportunity. I think with Senate Bill 1 and the changes that we're gonna have, there's a fiscal piece to it, probably not a huge one. It's not gonna break the bank. But I think efficiency wise, it makes a lot of sense. And I think if we don't like it, we can change it mid-year. We can add, but subtracting, I think, is not something we can do.
I personally would be, because of the accessibility concern, on the website, putting emails, cell numbers. I put my cell number everywhere. I don't care who wants to call me about what issue at what time. Call me.
Emails are all out there, so
I mean, and it has happened. A lot over reptiles, maybe a couple over food trucks.
Sewers.
But that's definitely the exception and not the norm, but it's out there.
I don't think it's accessibility. In my opinion is accessibility is not the issue. I mean, how many times have all of us went to meet somebody who asked us to meet them? I mean, we talked reptiles at the library before. You know what I mean? Like there's all those instances that happens. My personal opinion is accessibility is not the biggest driver. I like that it's available, right? But I think if, one Wednesday a month, people really wanted to meet with us and not have a full agenda and we could rotate who that is, I think that would work too. But I don't know that there will be a call to action from the town for that.
And as far as the council goes, you guys have kind of implemented for the first time, like the administrative meetings as well, which is a little different, but that's a good tool for you guys, so.
And to your point about we already have in our calendars, we could use that time for administrative meetings. We could use it for other things. Could not use it if we don't need it. Provides flexibility. I'm a fan of it. I think there's kinks that we'd have to work out, but it's not impossible.
well, if we did it, I like the fact of keeping it the first or third Wednesday. That way, if we do need to go back to 2 meetings a month, we just add the regularly scheduled meeting back in.
I would suggest we let Yvonne pick which one so that it coincides best with the
You don't need to
financial
pick that.
routines.
I thought you
doesn't
come
work.
both times. So what are we gaining by making this change?
I guess that's my curiosity. We don't have to make this decision tonight.
Well, you almost kind of do, because we have to give a newspaper a list of next year's meeting.
Well, we have
By
another-
January,
I
yeah,
guess
we have
we
another
have
meeting.
We got one more meeting.
Yeah.
So
This
is
year.
there is there a way, Jim, for you to communicate to us at our next meeting how the staff and the team here at Town Hall, what we're saving in the midst of it? And I don't pretend to understand all of the pieces that go into the putting together the agenda and all the pieces, but you're saying that there is a savings in both time and money. Is there a way to qualify that for us?
There's a lot of shuffling that goes on to prepare for the meeting, because, I see it and I get that. And I guess it's a little, like I said, some of our meetings might go to 7:15. All that energy went into that meeting throughout that week. I said, a lot of that we can get done in one meeting and then take that energy and use it somewhere else, so.
Is there a lot of energy for a 15-minute meeting?
Prep.
Everything that
There's the
that you
same
get, it's
preparation.
the same.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
it's the same rotation, whether we've
Yeah.
got 5 things on the agenda or 1.
What kind of legal impact would this have? Obviously, it's gonna hit, financially,
How much
but
are you saving? How much are we saving?
You have to ask Ted that question.
Already pinged him.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
are there any complications with this?
But we're
what
not paying
see?
you for at least 30 days.
I can foresee some complications with publication of public hearings and notices of that nature. It's kind of one of those things where you don't know it's a problem until you run into it, right? It is, for efficiency's sake, it's nice having 2 meetings. I feel like more gets done, but
Can I ask? Like, we cancel RDC and EDC meetings. What does it mean to cancel a council meeting? Are you allowed to do that?
you can. Yeah, 48 hours notice of a canceled meeting.
So, what's the difference of doing it the opposite way, of keeping our meeting schedule the
I
same?
think you set a better precedence to have the meetings on 1 and then add 1 versus saying you're gonna have it at 2 and then keep canceling.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's a negative.
they always cancel on the times where I was going to go.
Only when we knew.
Can you reach out to McCordsville and see if they have any issues with public notices that basically follow?
There's a lot
up
of
with-
municipalities that do it.
Yeah, with what Zach,
Just my 2 cents, most of our clients do 2 meetings. I've represented one municipality that did 1 a month, and I don't know if it was the nature of just their council and their relationship with their constituency, but their constituency did not appreciate 1 a month. But it could be just the way that they do their business and their relationship with
What do you guys think? You guys are around, you guys come often. What is your opinion? You don't even have to come to the podium.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm fine with one, but it's the administration.
What are you gonna do with that extra, 15 minutes a month?
Cover now instead of being here at 5 o'clock.
what do you think, Orland?
I mean, it's, 2 meetings, like I say, you guys are the ones that are doing the actual, administrative, business part of it. I mean, I'm here just to see what's going on in the town. So if you have 2 meetings, so be it. I'll be here. If I have nothing else that's pressing, never know what health reasons or whatever. Like I said, a couple months ago, it's a pleasure to come to these meetings now because of the 5 individuals that get along, laugh. It's a pleasure to come to these meetings. Several years ago, it was not. I mean,
And you quit coming.
oh yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
I guess I would be interested to see what kind of fiscal impact it had, if it's even worth it, or we just stick with the 2. If we're gonna save $1,500 a year, I don't.
It's a little bit, can you take the labor that goes into putting the meeting together, separate that, put it somewhere else, that energy, I think you can. To put a monetary on it, we probably could, but
There's also, my opinion.
Yep.
If you were able to have just the 1 meeting a month, that might give you the other Wednesday that you might have been here, participate in another organization, whether that's
Main Street,
Lions
Lions Club.
Friends, or- No, I mean,
She's already spending our time.
yeah, well, I'm
That's
just,
okay.
I'm just throwing that out there that if you want. then
Spread us
maybe,
around.
Because you are interested in the individuals in town and you're having your council chats and things like that. Well, maybe if you had a Wednesday each month that you could then put yourself into an area, whether that's a ball game or whatever, that you're visual, and that might give you an opportunity to do something else, within the community that you might like to do because you are tied to this on it.
That's fair.
That's just
Thank you. Ms. Yvonne?
You're a fast-growing community with a lot of moving parts. which is about ready to take off even more so when you add a town center and everything that has to go along with that. I think this is the wrong time to cut back on meetings. I think that you're gonna have a lot of things where big decisions need to be made, where you have to have public hearings, where you have to have public meetings, where resolutions, ordinances need to be put in place or need to be modified. I think this is not the right time to cut back on meetings.
And I'll side with that. Like I said, we are growing. Fordsville's, it's a town of 16,000. And like I said, they built a town center, a $12 million jail. We know how, what the meetings are required to get those projects done. 600 homes this year they're building. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I was just like caught off guard that they were able to do it. I'm thinking, why don't we do it?
But think about how much better they would have done if they had 2 meetings. Can you just imagine what that town center would have been like? But I guess what I'm curious, Jim, this is a proposal that you're bringing to us.
Yep.
Where does it come from? Is it just, hey, I
was-
had that McCordsville experience?
Had that meeting, yes.
So it's not coming from necessarily a desire from our team or even observations of how our team is functioning as much as it is, I saw this,
Yep.
I can see that maybe it can have a positive impact on our team, but it's not like you all are crying out that these agendas are too overstressing or that you're not getting certain things
The
done.
prep to the agenda for a 15-minute meeting is a lot.
And I would say, I'm not gonna speak on Bob's behalf, but, for Bob, police chief, to have material every 2 weeks, sometimes it's a little difficult. So if you had it once a month, maybe there could be more preparation. And even if the meeting lasts until 9, I would rather a meeting go once a month till 9 o'clock than try to do 2 of them a month that last 7:30.
From a management view, I would say the efficiency to cut down on the cost, that's one thing. But I mean, this twice a month has been going on for well over 30 years, and we are growing. To Yvonne's point, it does make me nervous to go to once a month. But if you went once a month, how long is it going to take you to put together all the APVs, all the other
That'd be
stuff?
the same amount of time.
The APVs would be the same amount
Yeah.
of time. The amount
We'll just have, but we'll
the
have
number
double
of
to look
things
at.
for you to go through and to read up on, and the amount of stuff we'll be sending out might be overwhelming. With the amount of stuff that we are cranking through in a month, every month, there's been a couple of weeks in a row where we've had really nice short meetings with very little on the agenda. But if you look at today, for instance, you've got a lot of decisions.
I think that's an important point, because if I have to read through all of the meeting material, I mean, I'd get it done, but if we stick with the Friday before the meeting and we have twice as much material, that's a lot to digest within a matter of 4 days.
That could be changed as well, though.
I think that
I think the Friday before the meeting, and really the pushback when we originally brought that up was, you have a meeting, and then you have a week, and then the next week you're sending out materials for the next meeting. That's a lot. That was the pushback then. I think if you have that, you probably could go to, hey, the materials come out, a week before, maybe 2 weeks before, and then if there's addendums or additions to that, then the additions to that come in. I don't think it's going to create
Theoretically,
extra work.
that was-
It's going to be the same prep time.
You'll still have all the last minute changes because unfortunately life isn't perfect, right?
You're going to have those anyway.
Well, and at some point, we have to just say, here's a deadline, and now you're in the next meeting. Whether it's 2 weeks or 4 weeks, there has to be a deadline, because otherwise,
Well, you tell Hancock Regional.
Yeah,
And I
that
think
came in
you-
at 4 o'clock today.
yeah, and then we say, we'll see you next.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, they know that, because Bill, you know which town that you have a deadline, and if you don't make it, you go the next
You're
month.
gone,
There's no
period.
ifs, ands, buts, so.
Well, I think that this is a lot of good information. I would suggest we take some time to review this and address this at our meeting on the 17th. We can all do our own research on this and maybe reach out to some other towns, municipalities, and maybe we can each take some time and talk with some of the staff and see how they feel. And maybe we come back to this on the 17th and address it.
Sounds like
Yep, I'm fine tabling it. We'll table it to our next meeting, just throw it in old business.
I'm 50-50 on it. I can see the benefits on both sides. I think it's gonna be a tough decision.
Okay. Thank you for the conversation. Nepotism forms.
It's just a housekeeping thing. Just I need you to sign them, and they have to be done in December once a year.
Yeah. So it's on our agenda, just so I can say, yes, we'll sign nepotism
Yep.
forms?
Yep.
Got it. Renewal of our lease for the chamber.
I'll make a motion that we renew the lease with the Chamber of Commerce so that they can occupy that space right there for next year.
I'll second.
Thank you, Bill. Ryan. Any further discussion on that?
Just briefly, because I know there have been periods of time where there was resistance from the council to have the Chamber of Commerce in the same building. But it's kind of like Main Street, Alliance Club, any other organization that's promoting the town, working with the town. I think it certainly makes a lot of sense to have the Chamber of Commerce right there. So I want to keep it the way it is.
Any other comments?
For now.
I concur.
Ethan, before you move on 6.4, the resolution, not one of us has who passed it and who seconded. And
I did, Bill seconded.
okay, thank you.
Yep. Chad made the motion, Bill seconded.
On which one?
The resolution. We all three of us didn't have it, so
I got it.
okay. Thank you.
Chad and Bill. Got it. So back to the lease. All those in favor say aye.
Sorry.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes.
Thought we were good.
Chad made it, Bill seconded.
Thank you. That's where I would have slipped it in. Sorry.
Same as the other one.
Anything, we're just continued conversations. We've been able to have a few of those tonight, but
Well, just briefly, at our next council meeting, I will have the comments back from the school on the agreement between the town, Main Street, and the school for the continued use of common area for concerts and other events.
good. Good, thank you.
It'll be nice when we can move that to Newtown Center, hopefully in the future.
Yes. Legal updates?
Nothing to provide tonight.
Okay. Jim?
I'm still working with two developers on some property south of New Palestine. So I think one of them is actually going to close yet this year, the one on Vintner. It's getting real close. And then the other property is just south of the school on Jim Road. So those are some properties that, housing subdivisions are looking this way. They're out in the county. But, we're going to try to figure out, especially with the one on Vintner, if there's a way we can annex that. I've been working with some property owners to see if, that would kind of go fluent there. And I did reach out to the school just to talk about their impact, and there's some easements that might be required from the school on the south side to get sewer back there. So there's just some discussions. So we'll see if that comes about. And then I got a letter in front of you for Glad Acres, and Commonwealth had helped me with this, and actually the county health department looked at it and they made some changes. And so we're kind of close to this. I think I'll have one more go around with the county. But I'd like to be able to reach out to Glad Acres and actually Raisner subdivision. I had 3 calls last week where they can't use the washer. They can't use dishwashers and things like that through periods of times of year. So I had a meeting with Bill Spalding and Thomas Barkley with the county to talk about removing the septic. So I think the next step, Bill Spalding and probably maybe Al Stong and myself will get together and just talk about how that would look for the county and the town. And talking with Thomas, we'd probably have to go into an interlocal agreement with the county. And then there is some SRF funding. I think there's a due date by March 31st. If it kind of all works together, we would try to seek funding through SRF to get that done. So it's, like I said, moving slow, but we haven't gotten the letters out yet, but I'm anxious to get the letters out and then get the response and kind of keep that ball rolling. So,
Thank you.
yep.
What went on with the wastewater treatment?
Oh, I'm
Meeting.
sorry. Yep. Because the snow didn't make it. Kyle
Okay.
did call Scott and it really wasn't anything. So,
Thanks.
Steve's not able to be with us this evening.
he's got some illnesses going on. His lungs, I think it's a lung cancer, but he's wanting to know if it's small or large cells. Yeah. He's got some health issues right now.
Lung issues, COPD,
Yeah.
and he was, yeah.
Don't go
Okay.
into detail.
I will celebrate that we did get approved for some community crossings grant this year. So
He did, yes. Yep, he's-
appreciate his work on that. And I know that was a more competitive cycle this year because of some changes in the laws and the allocation. So we'll have some more work to do this year. So I appreciate his efforts and his work on that.
Did we get the amount on that or?
I can tell you.
I didn't pull it up on NDOT's website.
Congratulations. It's just the preliminary been awarded 114,391.44.
We'll use it.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Did that
very
just
nice.
happen?
No, it's not.
Chief?
Yeah.
Well, enough to report, but I want to say a big thank you to our snowplow gentlemen. The other day when all the snow came, the county was busy. We didn't have any. They had our main roads cleared off. It was nice coming in about 5:30 in the morning. The main roads were cleared. I knew they hadn't hit all the subdivisions yet. No accidents, and they did a wonderful job.
Good to hear. Mr. Yvonne, welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't have anything of significance other than thank you to my awesome team for allowing me to go on vacation. I've never gone on a 3-week vacation, ever.
I don't think you're going again.
Probably
No,
not,
it
but it
was-
was wonderful
it was
for
okay.
me to be able to do it.
Anxiety
So,
level was
thank
probably
you.
high. Yeah.
Think
I appreciate it very much.
it's easy if you know there's an end to it.
Fair enough.
That's all.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And thank you to your team. We offer public comments, 5 minutes. Anything that anybody would like to say about anything? Say public. Okay. The council comments, Bill?
I'd like to congratulate Coach Ralph, his coaching staff, and every member of the Palestine High School football team on winning back-to-back state championships. That's just fantastic. So I want to thank them. I know that we have our Christmas event on Main Street coming up soon. We encourage everybody to be involved in that. That's always a good time. That's all I have.
That's December 13th.
Thank you.
Terry?
Congrats too to New Palestine. I want to thank you guys for looking into the radar speed signs. I think that's very needed. And I want to thank Jenny and Bri and everybody that helped. Well, Yvonne was gone. I know that I bug you, and I'm sure they bug you. I don't know. But anyway, thank you.
That's okay.
And that's all.
Right.
Congratulations to the New Pal football team. It was a tough game. It's fun to watch. It's pretty incredible records what they're doing. just amazing. And congratulations to Alabama for winning the Iron Bowl. And when you go around the roundabout at 5 West and 3 South, drive real slow so you look at the pretty tree.
Nice. I'll echo the congratulations to the football team, but also just the way our town showed up for them. It was fun to be at Lucas Oil. It was clear that our fans heavily outnumbered Maryville's fans. I don't know. I know we don't have to travel as far, but I love the way this town shows up for our team and for our schools. Speaking of our schools, our arts department at the high school have their winter gala this weekend. So Friday and Saturday night there is some choirs and bands and all of the things that will help you get into the holiday spirit if you're not quite yet there. So tickets are necessary. So go buy your tickets, find your seat, cheer on our kids because we have some incredibly talented students at the high school, and they're all going to be on full display, and it's going to be a really neat event. And it's more than just a concert. There's fundraising opportunities and ways to participate beyond just sitting and listening. So I'd encourage our town to get out for that. I was going to congratulate our team again for that snow event, plowing, and the work that they did. I appreciate that. Also, our December council chat is this Friday. It's going to be at Sherry Doe. So who wants to go with me? 8 a.m. Friday, Sherry Doe.
I'll be out of town.
Ryan is going to be out of town.
I could be there. I might be a few minutes late. I have to drop my dog off at the vet.
You could be there.
I can, yes.
Well,
I'll be there.
I'm gonna be there.
I will be there, but I'll be maybe
Okay,
5
well,
minutes late.
in full disclosure, I have to leave a few minutes early to drop my dogs off at the groomer, so we'll
okay.
play
Boom,
with
boom.
it. Okay.
Their cinnamon rolls are life-changing.
That, I just told her that. Jim brought one in and we split it and it was amazing. Amazing.
And if you get the cheesy pepperoni sourdough loaf and you warm up a little pizza sauce to dip it in, you don't need anything else for dinner.
So I bought the large cheese jalapeno loaf for Thanksgiving, and it was very well received. So we went to the grand opening, and I'm telling you the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, I was there after you and you bought everything.
Yeah, everything was gone. Yeah, I did. I spent as much money as I could.
Well, Sherry Doe is opening for special hours for our council chat on Friday, so we will be there at 8 o'clock. Terry will be there at 8:05, and we will hopefully have other people join us for that conversation. So that's all I have. Chad?
Obviously, congratulations to the football team. Sherry Doe's doing great. I heard wonderful things about them being open so far. Snowplow work, I did have multiple people comment about noticing when they came into our city limits and how great our streets looked. So great to them. I saw Steve getting coffee the day after. He looked like he was struggling, said he was out till 1. So appreciate all the work that they do to make that happen. And that's all I have. I will end it with a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all.